Welcome back, guys. We are aboard our 2025 Beneteau Antares 11 flybridge. And I've been a little busy the past few days taking care of little odds and ends. So let me show you around, show you some of the things that I've done in the past couple days. So first up, here at the helm, I wanted to add another USB port here. There is one that's mounted on top of the dash. Funny place for it. But that's for you charging your phone and tablets. And I added another one right here in the switch panel, similar to the one I had on my old boat, the Meridian. So the switch fit in there perfectly. There was a blank right here for it. So all I did was pop the blank out, push that in, and it was a simple 2-wire hookup. And they make it nice and easy to work on everything here. I just come down below, open up the cabinet here, and I have access to all the switches. So I connected a couple of the blade plugs there, and there was already another plug that was there just waiting for a switch. So I just did a jumper to pick up the hot and the 12 volt and the ground right there. The red and black wires go into this plug. So you know, it's similar to the other plugs that are over here, but I only needed the positive and negative to send power to that switch. So that was project number 1. Project number 2 was installing a mount for the barbecue. So right here, you see we have a Magma mount, a small mount that you just clip the bar in here for the round barbecues. This was a bit of a bear to do because there's not a lot of access to put the bolts and the nuts on this mount. So I had to drill a hole and then 3 1/4-inch holes for the bolts. I took this vent cover off, 4 screws here, pulled this off. There's a round hole behind here that you could almost get your hand in. If you have a small hand, it's a lot easier. So I crammed my hand in there and I was able to reach with an extension on a 1/4-inch drive socket to hold the lock nuts underneath as we tighten them on the top side. So it took a bit of doing, and got it in. I have some scratches on my arms from going in here, but it was done. Had a long extension with the socket on the end, and I used those nylon locking nuts on the bottom side of this, so it was a lot easier to you know, get up in there. So that was project 2. Looking around the boat, well, Bridget did project 3. She has our bedding now on the boat. Oh, and we have a 3-inch memory foam mattress topper on top of the bed, which we purchased, I believe, on Amazon. Queen size. And I just cut it with a knife. It's not as clean cut, but the sheet wraps over it nicely, and it adds a lot more comfort to this. So just the regular queen size sheets and the mattress topper. It was a little bit smaller on the sides. I lost about a couple inches on each side of the bed, but it's still plenty big for 2 of us. So that was one of the projects. Another one of Bridget's projects. She bought containers to put in here for storage. Worked out well. And one item that I had to work on that was not working. We had already a maintenance issue that I had to contend with. So I noticed here, this is the control panel for the generator. This is the start button. Here's the start button. This powers off the panel itself. See it going to sleep right now. So what I noticed, and we've been plugged into shore power. You see this shore voltage here. We're on shore power here. This one is shore power for the air condition only, which I have turned off right now. But the generator, the status panel here was showing low voltage. See, it says 13.1 volts now, but I noticed mine was only showing like 11.7 volts or so. So I found that odd because the power was on, and there's supposed to be a battery charger hooked up to charge this generator battery. So something was going on with it. So it did charge when I started the generator. I saw the voltage starting to go up, but something was wrong. So I shut it down, did a little research. Now there's 2 battery chargers here in the boat. To get to them, you climb down here in the lazarette, which is nice and clean. I hate to even call it a lazarette. I mean, look at this. It's like finished wood. So anyway, here's your 2 battery chargers. This is the main battery charger, charges the house batteries and all. This is the battery charger for the generator. And here's the generator right here. You can see it's got 2 red and black cables coming off. They go through here, they go across, come up over here. This is the generator battery. And here's a generator battery disconnect switch, and everything goes up in there to provide power. So I noticed I had power here, but I wasn't getting this flashing light, which I'm guessing that means it's on boost mode, I guess. I'm not sure. Hopefully that means we're okay. But I wasn't getting that flashing light, and I wasn't getting voltage out. What happened is I was getting power down below, and these, again, weird AC power connectors. This is the AC inlet, and there's the DC outlet. So looking at the manual, they said there's a user panel underneath here that you need to undo a screw underneath there, which is a real pain in the ass to get to. But then this metal cover of all things comes off. And I looked in here to see what I could find. Lo and behold, there's a fuse there, 30 amp fuse. I didn't see anything else. No buttons or anything to reset it. So I pulled the fuse, and sure enough, the fuse was blown. 30 amp fuse was blown. So my guess is it was probably blown when they were hooking up the batteries. They might have shorted something out that caused this to pop that fuse. So I wasn't putting any voltage out. So now I'm getting the proper charging voltage coming out. I'm going to keep an eye on this flashing light. That should, after it charges it, it should go steady green. But we'll give it some time to charge up the batteries because they were pretty low. So if you have that problem, that's where you go to look. So at least that was an easy fix. It was a little tough to get to, but here we are. And we've been watching these guys rebuild the dock across the canal for the past few days. We're starting to put the pilings in as we would. Another item we just purchased for the boat, what we found was a lot of the cup holders around the boat are not large enough. Let me show you. I'll give you an example. So this filler cushion here, which is pretty neat, goes between the door and the inside, so you sort of connect the seating you're going across. But look at the size of these cup holders. Hard to tell on the camera, but you can't even get like a standard size can inside there. You can only get skinny cans or bottles in those cup holders. So we needed to get additional cup holders. Look what we found online. It matches pretty much perfectly. It's a little cup holder in like gray vinyl, two-tone, just like the seats. See that? And this is a great find. You could just stick it underneath the cushion here and it holds it. You can sit next to it, put your drink in it. Nice, good sized cup holder. You can see the size. Let me compare them. You can see the difference. Like, huge difference. Like, these are practically useless. So I'm going to try to modify that too. I'm going to try to find a larger cup holder. So pick these up at West Marine, about, I don't know, $9. I'm going to pull these out and cut in a new hole so we can put the larger cup holders. So they're a little more versatile. Pretty easy to pull these out. There's got some glue holding it in, but you slowly work it around and then they pull right out. Like that. There is a bottom piece here that you pull out also. And you just need to make some relief cuts around here and then cut out. I use a scissor just to snip out some of this foam here to give it a little more room with the bigger cup. All I do is get a utility knife and make these relief cuts a little bit longer. Go all around in a circle. get the scissor and go in between. Don't go too far down, that you puncture the other side. You just need to cut a little bit away. There's probably a better way to do this, but this works. Just pull out the excess. Squeeze a new cup there. And that's it. Room for bigger cups. We were also able to fit one of the larger cup holders in the piece here that goes between the door. So you got one small cup holder, one large. It's fun to have choices. What else have we done? Let's go up the bridge. All right. It's pretty neat. The gas piston on this door is pretty awesome. Look at that. It's a heavy door. Opens up by itself. So this is what we added on up here. A couple rod holders clamped to the railing up top. There's one on the other side. And we found these really cool, I guess they're like flag poles. Two of them that just stick in the rod holder, and it has these hoops that you could attach flags to, or if you want to make an extended shade off the back, and it sort of locks in there nice. It doesn't twist. I did add some vinyl tape there to really make it so it doesn't come out underway, but it's gonna be nice to add a couple more flags in addition to our happy hours flag. Oh, and another neat item Bridget found here that just clamps onto a rail. So that will come in handy all over the boat, whether we're sitting up on the bow, you know, just hanging out. You can clamp the cup holder there. It just uses a tightening bolt. There's a cool looking compass rose on the front. So you can put this up on the bridge too, if we're sitting on the lounger in the back, taking the sun, like up around there to the railing. You know, that'll come in handy. Or even out here, if we're hanging out on the bow, there's a couple cup holders underneath the seats, but we clamp these on the rail if we need it, so that'll come in handy. So what else? What else? Oh, another addition to make life a little easier for us. We installed the flush port on here. I have a video on how I did that, but then I also added this Y connector that has a quick connect fitting there, and this little springy hose that goes to both motors. And now all I have to do to flush it is just reach down there, grab that Y connector, hook a hose right up to it, and turn on the water. So it makes it a lot easier. Won't even have to reach over there and open anything up. So I'm going to try it out, see how it is underway, just sitting there. It is behind the cable. I'm going to see how it stands up. If I have to disconnect it, I will. So that should make my life easier. I could flush both motors at the same time with that, and everything has a nice, easy, quick connects. So that's the projects that we finished so far. Let us know what you think of our updates, and if you have any other suggestions that we could do for the boat. You know, we're just making it ours. Hopefully we get out on the water soon and enjoy her again. Talk to you later, guys.